This week, the subject matter is tree, and that was suggested by Sandrine Cassidy, who's up there, um, and she had some amazing stories about how she climbed into a tree to read her book, and how trees are so useful in so many ways. They're so giving. There was a proverb that kind of stuck in my mind that I read maybe like 20 years ago that said that the tree gives shade even to the person who's going to come and chop it down. so, um, so we're just going to explore this idea of tree that gives us, they give us the oxygen we breathe, and food, medicine, paper, and also maybe you're sitting on a chair or in front of a table or on a sofa that has some wood component in it. And so um, trees um, trees are around us in so many different ways. And I guess in a way, the spirit of the trees is around us too. Um, so, um, so soon, let's see, is Elsa joining us? The music. Yeah, sorry, there's some people outside with some music on. We're just gonna turn that down a little bit. So, so I'm gonna
Yeah.
just wanted to say thank you again for coming, and it's actually encouraging and surprising, and in a very small way, slightly disappointing that you're not all out there busy, but in a much bigger way, I'm very glad that you're here and you have been able to join. And I think this process of COVID, people say that it's all, where in the States, for instance, everybody's out there again and in crowds and stuff, and it's as if nothing happened. But I think, um, it's not the case, and uh, the consequences of what we've been through still linger. And then also my hope is that some of this kind of moment that we've all had to pause may help us um, kind of reconfigure the way that we, interact, and the way we approach life collectively, and hopefully expansively, in our conversations with other people. So I think I'm going to put everybody on mute, and then I'm going to, there's Virka from Vilnius just joined, I think. Okay, I better get going. Okay, so I'm going to spotlight myself too. There we go. So as we have in the other weeks, if you're new, this is all you have to do is just relax and listen to the sound of my voice, and just get comfortable. And if you have glasses on, maybe take them off. Just get as comfortable as possible. And we'll just start off with a simple relaxation. And I'd like you just to feel and sense that feeling of relaxation just coming down around the top of your head. And if you like, you can close your eyes now, whenever you're ready. And I'd like you to feel and sense that feeling of relaxation now just coming down around your body, around your head, around your forehead, and down around your eyes and inside your eyes, and just releasing any visuals, any things that you've seen today and in the last few days. Just allow those visual impressions just to drift off, and for your eyes just to empty out. And I'd like that feeling of relaxation now just to go down through your optic nerves into the back of your mind, branching into all your brain centers now. Just allow yourself to relax. And I'd like that feeling of heavy relaxation now just to come down over your cheeks and down around your mouth and inside your mouth, relaxing your tongue, And any other thoughts or feelings from outside, you can just allow them to drift off. And with your tongue being very relaxed, you can allow your thoughts, words, just to quiet themselves. And I'd like that feeling of relaxation now just to go around into your ears. And relaxing your ears, your cheeks, your chin, and all the way down into your throat. Feeling so incredibly relaxed on the inside. And I like that feeling of heavy relaxation now just to go down through your spine. And every nerve and muscle and fiber in your back now feeling so incredibly relaxed and comfortable now. And that feeling of heavy relaxation now just to go down through your arms, your biceps and triceps. And down through your forearms, your wrists, and all the way down to your hands as they're resting there very comfortably and very relaxed. And down through your internal organs, your lungs, your heart, and all your internal organs now feeling very comfortable and very relaxed. And I like that feeling of heavy relaxation now just to go down through your hips and down into your thighs, the backs of your thighs, your knees, the backs of your knees, and all the way down to your feet as they're resting there very comfortable and very relaxed. And as you're resting there very comfortably and very relaxed, I'd like you to feel and sense yourself there. Perhaps your body is made of bone and flesh and blood. Or maybe it's feeling very heavy and very relaxed, almost as if it was made of some very heavy material like wood. Perhaps you can feel your leg perhaps beginning to feel as if it's so incredibly heavy it was made of wood. Or your arm could be made of wood. And it feels so incredibly heavy that no matter how you tried to raise it, it just stays relaxed and heavy and very relaxed. And in a few moments, I'm going to count down from 10 to 1. And this time we're going to go down some special steps, some steps that you've never been down before. And I'm going to count down from 10 to 1, and every number will be going down one step at a time to a very safe and a very comfortable place on the inside. And this staircase is a special staircase, as each step is made from a different type of wood. And each type of wood has a different color, different texture, different feeling. And in a few moments, I'm going to start to count down now. 10, taking the first step down now. Walnut. 9, dreaming and drifting. Pine. 8, going further and further down now. Time slowing down. Oak. 7, going further and further down now in your own time. Birch, feeling more and more relaxed. More heavy and more relaxed now. 6, poplar. Feeling and sensing the texture of the step under your feet now. 5, mahogany, going further and further down now. Feeling and sensing its weight as it's pushing up against your feet now. 4, olive, dreaming and drifting now, going further and further down now. 3, cypress, as you're finding yourself almost all the way down now. 2, elm, and 1, ebony, all the way down now, deep down on the inside, deep down on the inside. And I'd like you to imagine yourself now in a situation perhaps where you're thinking about a trunk and branches. But this trunk and branches is like a journey. It's like a journey on the inside. And I'd like you to focus now on your life, your life's journey, and feeling and sensing how this pathway has been a pathway with branches on it. Decisions going left or decisions going right. And I'd like you to feel and sense yourself how from a very early age you've made one decision after another decision, sometimes going left and sometimes going right, and going further and then making another decision and going left or right, and then making another decision, and so on and so forth. Decision after decision, and finding your way, going through all these branches until your current state on the edge of the tree, on the outside of the tree. And as you're dreaming and drifting now, thinking about all these decisions, all these places and spaces that brought you to the place you're here now today, I'd like you also just to consider all the other branches, all the other decisions that you could have made differently, and all the other leaves that you could have become. And as you're dreaming and drifting about all those different leaves, all those different decisions, all those different branches and pathways, at a deeper level of mind, we're going to go even deeper on the inside. We're going to go inside the body now. And it's amazing to feel and sense how inside the body we have a certain idea of what's in there, some organs, some blood, some flesh, some bones, some chemicals. And as you're dreaming and drifting, perhaps that's all been a different story. And inside perhaps we have rings instead. And I'd like you to feel and sense how you have those rings deep on the inside, radiating outwards. And as you're dreaming and drifting now, any other thoughts or feelings from the outside just drift off, and you can imagine yourself now in a garden and the sounds of the garden around you, the birds, the dogs, the trees blowing in the wind. And it's amazing to feel and sense how these rings are inside you now, from the core of your body on the inside and radiating outside, one ring at a time. And in a few moments, I'm going to count down from 3 to 1. And when I reach 1, you're going to pick a particular ring from a particular moment in your life. 3, getting ready now, focusing on the ring of time. Each ring corresponds to a year now. 2, getting ready to pick a particular moment in your time, particular year. And 1 now, just allowing yourself now to pick that ring now, and you can feel and sense how that ring is a recording of that year, and how you can feel and sense how important that year is to you now. And I'd like you to feel and sense yourself there at that moment, perhaps the clothes you're wearing, perhaps the people you're with if you are with anybody. And feeling and sensing all the emotions, feelings, the sensations that come with that moment. And as you're dreaming and drifting, perhaps you'll notice how the rings are still growing, and you can feel and sense how those rings are growing more and more now. And with every moment, you can feel and sense how those rings are being added to over time, and how they'll continue to be added to over time, growing, expanding, and feeling yourself through time. And as you're listening to the sound of my voice, you may have noticed, or you may not have noticed, but the tree has fruit on it, special fruit, and I'd like you now to feel and sense yourself picking one of those fruits, and how ripe it is and how luscious it is. And it's amazing to feel and sense how you can make that fruit into a gift. And in a few moments, I'm going to count down from 3 to 1. And when I reach 1, I would like you just to give that fruit to a very old person, a very old person who appears to you, maybe somebody you know from a long time ago, or maybe somebody you've never met before. 3 now, holding that fruit in your hand. 2, allowing yourself now to focus on this old person who's going to appear in front of you, and 1 now, allowing yourself now to be in front of this very old person. Perhaps their skin is wrinkled, and you feel and sense yourself with this fruit in your hands, and I'd like you now just to give that fruit to this old person. And as you give the fruit, you'll notice how the old person is going to say something, and I'm going to count down from 3 to 1, and when I reach 1, that person is going to say something, perhaps whisper it, or perhaps just say it with their eyes, or with their voice. Now 3, getting ready now, 2, and 1 now, just allowing that old person now, just allowing the old person just to talk to you with their eyes or with their voice, exchanging something deep on the inside now. Deep, deep down on the inside now. And as you're listening to the sound of my voice, feeling and sensing how you're surrounded by the spirit of the woods, the spirit of the trees all around you, I'd like you to feel and sense how you could feel your feet, your bare feet in the earth, in the ground, and your toes forming roots outwards down into the ground, and feeling yourself so rooted there, breathing the air, and your toes rooted into the ground, deeper and deeper now, deeper and deeper into the ground, feeling so incredibly rooted. And the more rooted you are, the more comfortable you are with staying in the same place, feeling and sensing yourself so incredibly rooted. And as your roots expand, they begin to feel how they could relate to a vast communication network, reaching out to other trees, whispering to other trees in other places, from one tree to the next tree, dreaming and drifting now, further and further away, further and further away now. And in a few moments, we're just slowly just going to come back through the rings of the trees in your time, and all the pathways that you've taken to get to where you are right now. And your body so heavy, almost as if it was made of wood now. And you can feel and sense yourself so incredibly relaxed. And in a few moments, I'm going to slowly count up from 1 to 10. And when I reach 10, you'll be wide awake and back in the space you started from now. 1, slowly coming back in your own time now. 2, just allowing time to speed up again to its normal pace now. 3, coming back now. 4, just allowing your body to come back to a normal state now. 5, almost all the way back now. 6, coming back now in your own time now. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Wide awake, wide awake, wide awake. How's everybody feeling?
Great. Pretty rooted.
Sleeping.
Thank you, Marcus.
Well, thank you.
Hello
Thank you again.